Hello, this is New Vision TV. I am Lynn Komjisha. The musician popularly known as Bobi Wine, who was recently elected as a Member of Parliament, Robert Kyagulanyi, has hit the political ground running. Now, after Kizza Besigye's endless presidential elections 4 times, New Vision TV looks at Bobi Wine's chances of becoming the new opposition flag bearer for the coming elections.
Several observers have been pointing at musician-cum-legislator Bobi Wine as a suitable replacement to Dr. Kizza Besigye as perennial flag-bearer in presidential elections. Fingers being pointed at the 35-year-old Robert Kyagulanyi include suggestive overture of opposition figures and direct warning by the pro-government presidential advisor Tamale Milundi. Kyagulanyi himself has for long been self-proclaimed president of the ghetto, also finally promised his wife to make her a real First Lady when he joined mainstream politics. Soon after he was elected MP for Kyadondo East, Kyagulanyi was feted by all and sundry. But significantly, the diplomatic community starting to treat him with star status as envoys rushed to take selfies with him. He continued to stage a few concerts, and the public attending has been giving him more than an artist's relevance. Kyagulanyi's landslide victory in Kyadondo East, where he garnered 26,000 votes, while all the other contenders got less than 6,000, made everybody take note. He also seems to have got ideas to speed up his quest for bigger things. He responded to criticism by the president with heavier fire. He started issuing missives on social media. On his return from abroad last week, he was briefly arrested at the airport over incitement. But now, Honorable Kyagulanyi will have to start coming to terms with the realities of being a marked man. On Tuesday, he eluded arrest in the city by jumping on a border to take him to the safety of Parliament premises as police patrol chased his empty car through the streets. Kyagulanyi remained conveniently in Parliament as the extended debate and debacle of the age limit bill unfolded into the night. Kyagulanyi, also a professional singer, exercised his talent, leading the repetitive singing of the national anthem in Parliament as the opposition protested the reading of Raphael Majezi's age-lifting bill ahead of the one lodged ahead of it by Honorable Patrick Nsamba, seeking to have constitutional bills first subjected to review by a special committee. But should Kyagulanyi keep running away from the police? This would deny him the chance to attain martyr status like that which has propelled Besigye to higher popularity. Kyagulanyi may have to start acting like debt-ridden MPs who spend a lot of time at Parliament to avoid arrest, but this would deny him visibility, which he requires. Kyagulanyi will, however, also have to beat off other hardliners who want to succeed Besigye. These include Nandala Mafabi, who has long experience and very deep pockets, and Arias Lukwago, who has been hardened by many battles with police. He, however, says he's not afraid of prison. It seems Ugandans won't have to wait long to know how determined Kyagulanyi is.
And in sports news, digital television operator StarTimes, who are Villa's main sponsor, have issued a final warning following the club's continued acts of hooliganism. Rowdy Villa fans on Saturday not only beat up spectators but also splashed urine, vandalized stadium structures and used abusive language. This was during an Azam Uganda Premier League match with Vipers at the St. Mary's Stadium. Cancellation of Villa's 5-year sponsorship contract with StarTimes would have them lose 720 million shillings. Now, StarTimes Vice President Aldrin Nsubuga says that this warning comes after 2 earlier ones. It is very clear in their contract that should their brand be brought into disrepute, they will cancel the deal. Vipers President Lawrence Mulindwa also vowed to take action against the ringleaders of the mayhem. Displaying photos of the chaotic fans in action before, during and after the match, Mulindo stressed that stern action should be taken to deter such acts. He, however, said that he was waiting to see what disciplinary measures FUFA will take. He noted that this is not the first time that the same fans turn violent. The same fans not only beat up KCCA supporters but also robbed referees' clothes in Masaka. Going forward, he said, is going to be very strict on the nature of fans who access his stadium. Buganda Katikro Charles Peter Maiga was one of the dignitaries caught up in Saturday's chaos that had violent fans breaking one of the VIP barriers. But in a new twist to the aftermath of the chaos, Villas disowned the violent fans. As SC Villa, they wish to express their concerns at people masquerading as club supporters to dent SC Villa's image, reads the statement signed by the club CEO, Vale Mugwanya. You're still watching New Vision TV, and now for Pearl of Africa series, we take a look at the lion. This is the king of the jungle. Unlike other cats, lions are the fiercest and surprisingly very social animals. This is because they live in groups. But did you know that these fierce animals can be tamed? Take a look. It is never advisable to get closer to a lion because it is said to be the most dangerous animal. At the Uganda Wildlife Education Center, a maximum of 5 lions are kept here. This gives one an opportunity to get closer to the fiercest animal. In this cage, 4 lionesses and 1 lion are kept. Dan Mirembe, a zookeeper, says maintaining a lion is rather expensive, especially when it comes to feeding, since the diet of a lioness is different from that of a lion.
With us, we normally feed them on beef. And each one of them, the lionesses will give them 5 kilos of beef, and the male will give it 8 to 10 kilos. But what you have to have in mind is that in the wild, on average, the male eats 40 kilos per meal on average. And the lioness, that's the female, eats an average of 15 kilos per meal. So, but after they have eaten that food, that estimation of meat, they can take like 2 days without eating.
The lions spend 16 to 20 hours of the day sleeping or resting. They lie on their backs with their feet up or taking a dozing up in a tree. While lazing around, they're very affectionate towards one another, rubbing heads, grooming and purring. This explains why lionesses give birth to 2 to 3 cubs at a time. But one wonders how they are treated when they fall sick, and how do the zookeepers know that any of the lions is sick?
1, the response towards food. So usually, just as I told you, we normally feed them on 5 kilos of beef every day, with the exception of Mondays and Fridays. So you get to know if the food, if they have not responded well to the food. 2, the daily movements. So you as a keeper or as a caretaker, you'll keep observing them. And if you get to know that the lion has spent almost the entire day in one place, then you get to know there's something that has gone amiss with it. So we don't just keep on putting them inside. We don't keep on looking at them, monitoring them, and recording their movements. So that's how you can tell. And then also you can also tell from the body condition.
Unlike the lions that die due to illnesses, the fierce animal also has predators who threaten its survival in Uganda.
We have an average of 420 lions in the entire nation. And Uganda has around 10 national parks. So that number is a very small number. And most of the national parks that we have, their neighbors, they're herdsmen. So sometimes when they go in for hunting and they don't see the wild animals, what they normally opt for is to go in the neighborhood, go and hunt for cattle, goat, and the sheep. And as a matter of fact, so what the herdsmen do is to poison them. So on average, we normally lose around 7 lions on average.
Besides Uwek, the lions can be found at Kidepo Valley National Park, Murchison Falls National Park, Queen Elizabeth National Park, among others. For more Pearl of Africa stories, visit www.newvision.co.ug. And that's all we had for you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to catch more of your updates on your mobile, on your desktop, on your tablet, anywhere on the go by visiting www.newvision.co.ug. I'm Lynn Komjisha.